especially if I'm looking at something. Especially if I'm looking at something. Hmm. Hmm. I guess if that first one don't, you can always catch that second one. Oh shit! It completely filled that gap. You got a complete gap fill now. So we have a complete gap fill on gold. Complete gap fill. Huh. Mhm. You got a complete gap fill on gold. Mm. Especially if it starts to trend like that, you know? Mm. 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 Well, I mean, you kind of have to. I mean, that's the leg that breaks structure right there. All right. So I mean, the Nasdaq is being a senior citizen as per usual, but mm, very interesting price action so far. Very interesting. It does look like the Bears are trying to finish this thing off, but we all know that the Bears don't got it like that. We know that by now. This is basically a bull's market. How I interpret the market now is when the bulls buy and when the bulls sell. Because when it's time for the Bears to step up, they just don't step up. And it's not like I don't blame Bears. Uh, every time they get something going, the position is stressful. It's a grinder. It takes hours just for your target or the levels that you're looking at to actually get touched by price. And by the time it gets there, well, we all know what happens. We all know that the Bulls do something like this, where this took the Bears literally hours to do. And once they finally was able to get price and hit these levels that actually we was looking for last night to hit, the Bulls got this big move up towards the end of the day. Obviously, this is Bears taking profits. So we talked about this 2075 level. I will say that this year, my NA meeting levels has made well over. Let's actually look at that. I'm going to, so far, my NA meeting levels has made $200,000 this year. $200,000, and I've been tracking this thing ever since January of this year. Well, January 14th is when I started this thing. And from there, I've been tracking. Okay, I see what I did here. I think the markets were closed on these days. Yeah, the markets probably closed on those days, and I just color coded it. But I've been tracking it. I've been seeing how much points. So the rules are very simple. I have a 27-point stop. I have one Nasdaq contract, and I'm basically trading how I trade when I'm on stream with you guys. I have the rule is though is I'm in the trade until there's a significant pullback that would stop me out. So if we get a straight like a 130 point move to the downside, it counts as 130 points. If we see a retracement, then that move, the length of that move minus the retracement, because sometimes we'll see the market do a two-legged pullback. So basically, this is the entry and this is the move. If the move goes straight down, then all that is counted. If we get a move that goes down and pulls back up, the peak of that move before we get this pullback counts. And in order for it to be a win, it has to at least be a 1-to-1 trade. So at least has to be 27 points of profit. At least. If we don't at least get 27 points of profit, then we consider that a loss, or at least I do when I'm tracking this thing. And it's crazy to see that if I just patiently wait for these levels instead of trading the Nasdaq as I would normally do and just wait, like I said, up $200,000 on the year. And I've been tracking how much the market moves from my entry after that pullback, because that's the rule. It's not unrealistic for me to catch 3, 4, 500 points. That's actually how I traded before. I was very proud of. I think I've made the most I've made so far on one trade is like 500 or 600 points, and that's all on stream. So actually catching these is well within how I would trade anyway. But I'm going to follow the rules to keep this. Yeah. So, and there are many days where like this thing, she missed my entry by 3 points, and price moves 520 points from the downside from that entry. And as I go over this, as I input this data, it kind of instills the idea that maybe I should trade similar to how I look for levels for the NA meeting. It just requires patience because the levels for yesterday, actually put this back. So the levels for yesterday or today or yesterday, uh, one of my levels did not get hit until the end of the day. Okay, so yeah, I still would have been in this trade. Uh, I was looking for a range between 21.95, 21.95, and 270 yesterday. So this was the range that I was looking for price to react from. And this didn't hit until late in the session. We originally got the bounce at 295. It pushed all the way up to 149 points. It came back, retested this area, and then we saw this move higher. And as I'm doing back testing on the weekend, and I'm going to share this with you, I think Nasdaq is supposed to be traded similar to how you would trade the Nasdaq ES, or not the Nasdaq ES, gold, crude. Because as I back test, and I think this is done purposely because you kind of have to shift your mindset when you trade Nasdaq. It's a gambler's paradise if you can because you can literally trade the middle and be profitable. But from what I'm seeing is if you disregard the middle and trade her similar to how you would trade ES, crude, gold, if you wait for the break, not chasing this move, but wait for the break and trade the pullback, it's usually the pullback that's making you all the money. If you chase this move higher, well, we all know that the move is going to go up and is going to pull back. So if you just wait for that break of structure to confirm that, okay, the bulls are now in control, and by that pullback, this trade is usually easy. And we caught this trade right here this morning. And we'll talk about why I took that trade in a second. But we all know when you see a rally and a range, you should expect another rally. Rally, base, rally, drop, base, drop. I mean, it's technical analysis 101. So if you see that, I mean, even if you miss this pullback and you saw a price begins to grind and then start trading a range, then you know that once you see that breakout and that pullback, entering at that pullback, stop underneath that low, man, that's almost a guaranteed trade. It's almost guaranteed. Literally almost guaranteed. And we can see this constantly play out. Drop, base, drop. It's one of the things where that right there can be an A+ setup, but it just seems like all the setups requires one thing and one thing only, and that is patience. And as I do back testing over the weekend, that reality becomes clearer. And I hate to say it because I kind of want to get in. I want my money now. And obviously, looking over my NA meeting levels, it goes to show that the money is made when you're patient. It's patient. Well, so do you want me to keep calling you Trader Goated, or do you want me to call you by your new name? But let's actually talk about this trade, Cave Trader. Okay. All right, cool. All right, Cave Trader. I'll call you Cave Trader from now on. But we took this trade this morning after gold was being a complete I don't want to even talk about that. Gold was being very nasty to me this morning. Super nasty to me. And I came over here to the ES. I know Alfred was trading this range right here. And once I looked at the Nasdaq, I saw that, actually, let's go back. When I was talking to Alfred about this range trade right here, I made a statement that I had to correct myself from. I had to correct myself because obviously I was in an emotional state. So I was using my emotional mind. The one thing that I want to point out that something, because I'm getting into the habit of, even if I don't necessarily like the performance of my trading, I have to point out the things that I did good and the things that I want to continue to do. So when I'm in moments like these, I can continue to do those things, or it'll be something in the forefront of my mind that I'm going to start doing. So originally I said that, man, yeah, when the market moves like this, that is challenging to trade or something along those lines. And then I had to correct myself because I was like, no, that's absolutely not true. Because I was like, well, what if you missed the move? And obviously that was that response was based in fear, emotions, obviously. But I was like, no. You see price breakout of this range? You see price breakout? It's pulling back. It's pulling back. That's all you had to do is wait for the breakout. The breakout confirms the move. 9 times out of 10, it confirms it. You see that the one side of the market breaks out of the range, you buy that retest. I bought that retest and we left money on the table. And another instance, another opportunity presented itself earlier. I took this trade. Now, at this time, I will say that I was on tilt, but the one thing that I want to kind of make clear is when I'm on tilt, I don't necessarily get into trades because I'm on tilt. You'll know that I'm on tilt if I'm oversized, but I'm still using the same. I'm still looking for patterns. It's just that you'll probably see me with, like, I think I was up like 60 contracts or something, which was 6 minis basically. Um, it was the same concept. I saw that price was ranging. We had a breakout. Now, basically, actually, this is actually a rotation right here. This is actually a rotation. It went up above the range. It went below the range. And once I saw that, that's when I knew that, okay, I can add to this. I was in this thing with like 60 contracts because I knew that as long as it didn't go underneath this low, that we were going to go higher. And higher we did. And once we reached that level, I think we took out yesterday's highs, I believe. Yeah, we actually no, we didn't. We missed yesterday's highs by a couple of points. And once we got that high, the touch of that high, we saw this drop, which probably a lot of people may have lost. Actually, a lot of people lost a lot of money in this drop. I know they did. The psychology, at least for this entire week, was or is buy the dip. The bears wasn't getting any traction, and why would that change today? I don't know what caused this drop, but drop the market did. And like I said, I know unfortunately a lot of people lost their accounts in that drop. And this is kind of why it's not necessarily recommended to trade after lunch, because setups don't necessarily hold strong after that lunchtime hour. It doesn't hold strong. You're not necessarily going to get price bouncing at support after lunch because a lot of the market is already done for the day. They made their money either in London or in New York. And let's just be completely honest. Only the degenerate gamblers are trading after lunch into the close, into power hour, etc. Trading the death algo. We all know what after lunch hours is for because obviously the volume dies down. But I was able to catch this gold play. I'm actually looking for an opportunity to short this thing, maybe, but it needs to break structure though. Actually, it kind of did already. Let me look at this. It kind of already broke structure already. But I was able to, I caught this move on gold and I'll kind of walk through what I was looking for. Hmm. Huh. Hmm. Anyway, so yeah, like I caught this move on gold, and obviously I left some profits on the table. But what I was looking for was all right, so let's see what it does here. 333. Anyway, so what I was looking for when I took this thing long, I saw this thing was making higher highs and higher lows. So all I was doing was waiting for a pullback. Uh, One thing about trading gold has really taught me about just being patient about the pullback because I know it's coming. I know this is not the Nasdaq. I know that once we get that pullback, it's highly likely to work. And so I've been very patient and very just paying attention to when I see price break out so I know that I can buy the pullback safely. And I was able to get in. I think I was in around 232 once I saw that the bulls were holding this low and they pushed up around 8 o'clock. And to my surprise, this thing hit all of my targets instantly, obviously. I mean, this thing just went straight up without any hassle. Because if you was with me this morning, you know the NASDAQ, or not the NASDAQ, you know gold was playing with me. She was super playing with me today. And we got that gap fill, and now we're getting close to that high. So, I mean, the market filled that gap right around like 42, where we see the rejection around like 44. We saw the rejection at 44. So basically around that value area high is where we saw the market reject. I don't think this is a reversal. Obviously, I'm not trading for a reversal, just a rejection. If this doesn't reject here, then I'm not going to allow it to take me out completely. But I just want to monitor this thing and manage it and see what happens here. But I do think we get like a small rejection because obviously we broke the trend. We broke the trend. So the Bulls will definitely have to do it again. But we'll see. We'll see. Mm. But I mean, shit, the Bulls have definitely been showing that they want this market more than the Bears want it. So, yeah, no one cares. Okay. Um, oh, you said it was the rates. Rates are rising fast. His long-term and 10-year rates are a lot and going up a lot because the risk is getting higher. Hold bonds. Index keeps bounding up. Yeah, a lot of people's not buying bonds anymore. I mean, I guess they're moving us. They're moving away from bonds. Uh, Apparently, it must be going into Bitcoin because I just saw something that Bitcoin was at least spot price Bitcoin reached all-time highs, but Bitcoin futures hasn't yet. Yeah, Should have got to 110,000. God damn. So yeah, I mean anybody that bought Bitcoin when it was at 15,000, bought it at 5,000, or is still holding when it came out, and somehow you still got your coins. What a come up. $100,000 per coin. More than that, 110,000. Damn. So that means money is being rotated into gold and Bitcoin, which makes sense. Which makes a lot of sense. You said Kaizen said, would I short Bitcoin? Uh, not right now, no. No. Nope. This thing looks bullish as hell. I would not short Bitcoin. This thing is still trending even. It's still, I mean, it did kind of make a double top high, but I mean, we're still making higher lows. So until we get a break of that low, I mean, I wouldn't even, I wouldn't short it. Hey, yo, what's up, Investor Z? What's up? Yeah, I mean, if you want to scalp it, I mean, if you want to take your chances scalping it, I mean, shit, I wouldn't. But shit, even Bitcoin futures. Let me look at that real quick. Bitcoin futures. I mean, shit, Bitcoin futures is bullish as hell too. So, I mean, I wouldn't short it. Yeah, Bitcoin futures is bullish as hell right now. 110 110,000. Mhm. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So if this is a real double top, then price shouldn't come back above it. So I'm just gonna put my stop a point and 3 ticks above it. So only 13 ticks of risk on this trade. Because gold is pretty good at respecting structure. If this is real, then it shouldn't go above these highs. But I will be watching what price does at these lows right here. I will be watching. If I see any bullishness at these lows, I'm moving my stop down. If I see any bullishness at those lows, I'm moving my stop down. But we kind of do got a double bottom here. So, I mean, if the bears can run this, we can touch these stops that's underneath these lows. We can touch these stops and use it to fuel this market lower. And this is how you know that gold is not liquid right now. That's how you know it's not liquid. You see that gap right there? I mean, price is going to come back and fill that gap. But that's just how you know how illiquid that gold is. Yeah. And you're still talking about Bitcoin, Kaizen? Yeah, yeah, everybody's buying that damn thing. It's hard to short a market when everybody's just going to buy the dip. Come on, push it. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. Come on, come on. Push it. Push it. Push it. Buy the dip. All right, let's see what it does at this low. Like I said, if I see any bullishness, I'm moving my stop down. Shit. Gold was definitely hurting my feelings earlier today, and I ain't like it. Hmm. So something else that I kind of want to talk about. So as y'all guys know, as I'm on the stream, I got my headsets on so I can kind of listen to MFF when they give out these free accounts or these free resets. And during Ash's segment, which is in my opinion the only part that's good on that stream, because you got people in the beginning of the stream talking about stuff they don't know about. But he showed something, and I'm starting to. Well, I've seen a lot of people do this, and obviously because my first exposure to the futures markets has been prop. That's where my mindset is with prop firms. But in his live account, at least on stream, he only trades, or at least he only traded one micro ES contract. And I'm not going to lie, that was a cognitive dissonance for me, because I'm thinking, why would you only trade one contract? You know, and as I thought about this and thought about this, for whatever reason, I don't know if the algorithm is that advanced, but I came across somebody else that was doing the same thing, where they trade these prop accounts like their personal accounts. I mean, if you have a $1,200 quote unquote daily loss limit account, then you shouldn't be trading it like it's a $50,000 account. You should be trading it like it's a small account, a small personal account that you build up over time. And they were talking about how they grow their account over a span of months, not days or weeks or days or something like that, right? And I was sitting here thinking, I was like, well, I mean, if you're trading micro contracts, you'll never blow your account. I mean, how could you? Like, how could you? I mean, unless you had some crazy risk and prices always hitting your TP constant, or your stops constantly. How could you blow an account if you're trading one micro contract and making maybe $80, $100, maybe $200 daily, and you have a $50 stop? Yeah, it's definitely impossible to blow that damn thing in one day. That account will be death by 1,000 cuts for sure. I mean, because I really can't. I mean, you really got to be a horrible trader to blow an account trading a micro contract of anything. I mean, a micro ES contract is $5 per 4 ticks. Gold is $1 per tick. Right now, if I was in one micro contract with gold, I mean, I'm up 2 points, so I'll be up like $20 or something like that on one contract. Or I'm sorry, not $20, $2. $2, my bad. Because it's $1 per tick. And if I catch 10 points, I'll only make $10 on one micro contract. In my mind, trading micros that small is a waste of time. But I do see the benefit of doing that. You'll definitely you won't be emotionally hijacked for sure. And it's a great opportunity to build a consistent, systematic game plan. You're not emotionally tied to the trade. You can see the candles move. You're not necessarily FOMOing, because why would you? I mean, if you've already said to yourself that I'm going to wait for the setup, I'm okay with only making $85 to $100 a day. You're going to wait for the setup. You really don't have no choice but to wait for the setup. I can also see people using the fact that, oh, I'm only trading one micro, and probably having a lot of bad entries, impatient entries. But I mean, again, I don't see why you would do that. I really wouldn't. But people trade their accounts how they trade their accounts. It's their money. So yeah, it's very interesting how certain things are presented to your universe, and then for whatever reason, I guess because your mind is thinking about it, you randomly come across another video, or you come across another conversation or whatever of somebody doing the same thing that gets you to think like, would I trade a funded account the same way that I would trade a small account? Because if I had $1,200, I would actually have to trade 1 to 2 micro contracts. I would have to. I mean, I wouldn't be able to afford it. Anything else starting off with $1,200, depending on what broker you have. I know that I think with NinjaTrader, as long as you have $50, I think, depending on volatility, you can open up a MES and maybe an N. Actually, I really don't know. Let me take that back. I don't know. It's been so long since I've traded a personal account. That type of information, I don't even care to know. All I know is that as long as I pay $97 for an account, I don't have to worry about things like that. Oh, it's $50 per contract. Okay. And Cave Trader, it's kind of what we do. We talk about trading. We talk about a lot of stuff. And like I said, I think that was very interesting. And maybe I'll consider it. Maybe I know that for a while, I had a 3 micro Nasdaq strategy for 3 micro contracts, which was very profitable. It just required big moves, and that's all cute in the evals. But when you're just trying to get a payout, you're just trying to make it to payout on these firms. Yeah, that shit becomes annoying, especially on days like today. All right, so the one thing that I don't like about this trade right now is it's kind of doing the same thing that it did earlier today, where it's just hovering. This does look bullish. It does look like the bulls are going to hold, and it does look like the bears are going to fail. So I'm going to reduce my risk some more. I already said that if they Yeah, I'm just gonna reduce my risk. I really don't even. I don't even care to deal with that. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. I'll see when you get it. All right. Yo, congratulations about that payout request, Alfred. I know trade day makes you wait for it, man. Trade day makes you wait for that shit. And they definitely make you wait for it. I mean, it's like what, a 7-day eval. They you have to show consistency. Uh, I think what threw me off about them is when we originally read their documentation, well, I mean, at the time, denying payouts was a death sentence for firms, but uh, now they just deny your payouts. But at the time, they had in their documentation that they can deny windfall trades and stuff like that. So if you had a windfall trade, they had the how do you say it? Anyway, they could deny it because it was in their documentation and you agreed to it. So they reserved the right to deny you the payment, the payout, if you had a windfall trade and shit like that. So I didn't like any of that. So I kind of not looked to ever trade with Trade A, but for whatever reason, a lot of people say that they're good. So I mean, a lot of people swear by them, saying that take profit trader is number one and trade day is a nice second. I don't know how or why, but I mean that's what people say. So yeah, I kind of skimmed over that documentation that Apex sent out, and that they have stated that they won't be joining this quote unquote prop firm initiative to combat against fraud against the firm and shit like that because they were saying that it was too risky and customer data could get compromised and yada yada blah blah blah. But isn't Project X, wasn't that financed by Top Step? So if any firm uses the Project X platform, then is there something in their SLA agreements or their SLAs or terms of service or any documentation that says that Top Step can't use any of that data that's coming from firms that is using the Project X platform? Because I could have sworn it was Top Steps that financed them, but honestly, um, take that with a grain of salt. It's not something that I'm not going to do extensive research on. That is my assumption. I want to make that very clear. They had an exclusive license for a year. Mm. Didn't Top Step finance them or something like that? It was started by an ex. Oh, okay. All right. So he has ties to Top Step. Okay, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. There's ties there. I understand that these terms, when used officially, they're supposed to mean something, but those that know who play this game knows that that doesn't mean shit. He was an ex Top Step employee that quote unquote terminated his employment, but he may or may not have not terminated his affiliation with the company. So officially he's not a Top Step employee anymore. But does that mean officially he doesn't communicate or has taken any financial? I want to know if he's taken any money from the CEO, Matt or Mike, my bad. But we all know how this game is played. So I mean, I just find it interesting that Top Step is saying stuff like that now that more prop firms are using the Project X platform. Hmm. Wouldn't that be some shit though, right? Okay. Mm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, shit. I'm glad you joined the party, Alfred. Well, what actually made you change from Trade of Eight? Honestly, I prefer to trade on Trading View. I don't know why, because Trading View doesn't have any of the. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. Top Step X doesn't have any of the like the trailing stop or anything like that. It's simple. I don't like trading on Top Step X, but I really enjoy trading on TradingView, even though I know it's the same. It's just the functionality is a little bit different. When I was trading over there at UProfit and they were using TradingView, this I think the same way that MFF is using TradingView, where you can log in the TradingView and trade your accounts. Uh, for whatever reason, that is an enjoyable experience. Don't know why. It don't make sense, but mm, mm, yeah, yeah. Well, a good thing I got out of that trade and took $100 loss versus a $700 loss. And you know what? Honestly, I might I might start getting aggressive like that with my gold trades. Damn, damn, I'm shorting that. I'm shorting that. That's a stop run. I'm shorting that. That's a stop run above these highs. Don't keep going though. 45. 46.9. Actually, let me put that right there. I'm looking at this high right here at 48. I'm looking for price to hit this high. Probably sweep it. Hmm. I mean, at that point, I would have to accept it. I would have to accept it. Yeah, I could have. I definitely could have. You ain't wrong. Hmm. Gold doesn't know what to do. Like, should I tag him in? Should I pull back? Okay. All right. Uh, the ebbs and flows. All right. Mm, mm. Not gonna say that that's not frustrating, but that's kind of frustrating. Mm. You said on the 1 minute rally base rally. Yeah, I definitely agree. Hmm. I wonder if we get a pullback here. Because I mean, technically, we had a break of structure. We had a break of structure right where the 51 EMA's at. Oh shit! Actually, you know what? Okay, I'm actually yeah. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Let's see what it does here. Let's see what it does here. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Because technically, this is where we got the breakout right here. This is where we got it. Let's see if the bulls buy that. And it's gone. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should have. Okay. All right. No, keep on going, gold. Keep on going. So, with that rally based rally, I'm not saying that gold can't get bought up here because we did see a breaker structure right here. Oh, there it goes. Look at the bulls trying right there at the area. And this is why I really enjoy gold because I can't lie to myself. Structure means something here. It means something here. You can really see you can see the market participants really trying at certain levels. I mean, structure matters. But with that rally based rally, the one thing that you want to watch out for is once it gets to areas of support and resistance. Once you see that rally in that base, then it's highly likely that the market will go up for another leg or go down for another leg for sure. But make sure that you're aware of because that's where it's going. It's going to previous areas of supply and demand. That's where it's going. And you will see sharp rejections like that. I mean, I think we saw it on the Nasdaq today. We saw it on the Nasdaq. We have because these rally-based rallies, drop-based drops, they're going to areas of support and resistance. You can see as soon as it gets there, You see sharp moves up, you see sharp moves down. So just be mindful where you're trying to go. Hmm. You know, it's crazy because I would have got, if this thing would have tagged me into this, I would have got tagged into this. Hmm. Hmm. All right, so this is the second attempt right here. I mean, this does look like a this does look like a setup for a two-legged pullback here. It does look like a setup. Let's hope. Where is that? 330. Uh, I would hate to get out of this. Man. Okay, let me see something real quick. Let me see something. Okay. Because I want to get out of the bulk of this position at that first target. But after what gold did to me today, missing me by literally 2 ticks, not respecting my ATM strategy of moving my stop down, and then having to endure the pullback and then the eventual stop out. I want to be prepared for that, to manually have to move my stop down so I don't have to deal with crap like that again. I really don't know why my stop didn't come down today. I'm still thinking like, dude, I mean, was the universe against me today? Because I mean, it was clearly there. It was clearly there. I don't know what the hell happened, but it happened. So gold is not the NQ. She's better. She's better. All right, so we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. I mean, this was like a little small break of structure right here, so we'll see what happens. Hmm. Hmm. All right, so I mean, this does look like it's setting up for a second leg down, but I need to measure this though. This does look like it's setting up for a second leg down. Got that. If it doesn't take out that high right there, doesn't take it out, then we could see that. But I mean, if it takes it out, then obviously that measured move is no longer good. But So as long as it doesn't take out that high right there, should be good for a second leg down. Low liquidity gap right there, but it filled it instantly though. So this is the line in the sand right here. So about like right there. And that high needs to not get taken out for this leg to be a complete measured move. Oh, well, that's why we love trading gold, baby. Stop run city. All right. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Trading into stops. That's the best way to trade gold. Trading in the stops. Because once some stops get hit, I mean, it's kind of over when stops get hit. It's kind of over at that point. It's hard for the market to recover after a stop run. Not saying it's impossible, but 9 times out of 10, you selling the stops, you buy into stops. You can see it right here. Once I saw that there was engineering liquidity right here, I knew that I might as well get out because this is exactly what was going to happen. I mean, obviously it happened. And so what I should have did was actually as soon as I got out, I should have just bought it, but I didn't want to deal with it. But unfortunately, it would have been a great move. But my mind is focused on shorts right now. So I wasn't even looking for, I knew that this was likely to happen because like I said, you see equal highs, you see a breakout. I mean, that's easy money on gold. It's easy money. But looking for the shorts. You know I can't do that, Alfred. This is what I'm like I said, this is what I'm gonna start doing. Once price gets once it gets close to the target, I'm going to move the bulk of this position, that 13 uh contract stop down and lock it in once it gets close enough to the target. I mean, that's a bearish candle for sure. That's definitely a bearish candle. Actually, you know what I need to do? I need to actually, so 46, 39. Yes, I mean, 10 points will be right here. Okay. K. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's probably likely to happen. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Mm. Mm. Can't do that, man. I can't do that shit. Can't do that. Mm. 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 I feel like gold does things to spite me. Honestly, I do. I feel like she does things to spite me, honestly. I mean, there's really no reason why she did that. I mean, I don't know what was so important about pulling up like that. I mean, I guess the Bulls are trying to buy the retest here. I mean, well, they're not trying, they are. They did. They did buy the retest there. Mm. Well, that measure move's gone. It took that high out. She found my break even. Okay. Mm. Mm. Oh, thanks. I was saying, I know you and Smith. No, you're going to tell him when y'all go to church, the house of taking profits, instead of waiting for price to hit your TP. Okay. Well, all right. So here's my plan on this. I kind of want to see what it does if I do get this limit filled. If I get this limit filled, I just want to see how it reacts at this high. I just kind of want to see what it does. If it does too much, if we see too much strength, I'm getting out of this thing. If we can see a rejection, a double top at that high, and it actually fills my limit, the limit that it should have filled the first time, then I'll stay in it. But obviously, we've the one thing that I've come to respect about gold is that she uses stops and she uses stops efficiently. It's a low liquidity item or instrument. It needs stops to move. Right now, I should look at the volume right now, actually. Yeah, I mean, got 57,000 contracts trading. We got 6 more days left in this contract, huh? Huh. Hmm. Got 6 more days left in this contract. The House of Profits. Hmm. This is like the Slytherin and Gryffindor rivalry. Y'all worrying about profits. We care about our TPs. It don't even mean nothing if it don't hit our TPs. It don't even mean nothing. You know, honestly, I kind of thought that they would kind of finish, well, not necessarily finish this move, but I thought that they would. I mean, obviously, this is a failed rotation here. This is a failed rotation from the Bears. We got a move, a pullback to the EMAs, and obviously they failed because the Bulls bought it right back up. So this is a failure from the Bulls or from the Bears here, which is not surprising to me. I just hate the fact that I prefer to short the market than go long. And every time I short the damn market, the Bulls always step up. I hate that. The shorts are just more exhilarating than watching the market go long. I like the market when it drops. And making that transition to being a full-time perma bull, that's definitely been a challenge because I keep saying that, damn, this will be my last short. And then it's like, oh shit, that's a nice short setup. Let me take it. I just prefer to short the market. I have an eye for short setups. Long setups, not so much. Okay. So I think we're going, or at least I'm going to. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens here. Because I think the Bulls are gonna finish their freaking rotation here. You got a break. Yeah, the Bulls are gonna probably finish. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, what's up, Game Weight? Glad you stopped by. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go kind of heavy on in short gold real quick and hit my targets? Can you go heavy real quick? Mm. But at this point, if we go above these highs, then I'm gonna have to close out above it. I mean, we basically got a breaker structure. They bought the pullback, so this is highly likely that it's gonna keep on going. They bought the pullback. Hey, did she eat? Did she eat anything? All right. All right. Like I said, I'm not gonna let this thing go too far against me here. All right. So the high right here is 46.7. I'm gonna do it 1 point above that high. 1 point above that high. And from now on, once I see structure like that, uh, my strategy moving forward is obviously I'm gonna need that big stop because I'm not gonna wait for the confirmation. But when I see that confirmation, my rule now will be to 1 point and a couple of ticks above whatever structure high. Because I mean, if I can't lie to myself, this ain't the Nasdaq. I can't lie to myself. Gold does the same shit every fucking day. The Nasdaq does the same thing. It's just that we like to project onto Nasdaq a lot. I know I do, but yeah. Hey, what's up, Santiago? Yo, I appreciate that gain weight. Bruv. Bruv. What's up, bruv? Your encouragement is all I need. Your words encourage me to stay in this short. Yeah, cave trader. Yeah. I mean, micros are very expensive. But minis they're not versatile at all. They're not versatile. I mean, they're literally a single point of failure. Either it hits the target or it don't. Well, it's about 10 o'clock, 10:30 almost time. Hmm. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Hmm. So Santiago said bad day for you. To set up for him was at 11:30. Lost a lot today trying to force it. At 11:30, huh? What happened at 11:30 today? What happened? 11:30? 11:30 Central or 11:30 Eastern? Hmm. Oh, on in Q. Oh, okay. Eastern, 11:30 Eastern. So that's 10:30 for us. That's at the end of the stream. So I'm gonna make the assumption that you went short here. We actually talked about this earlier. We actually talked about this. Oh, yeah, yeah. We actually talked about this, man, early in the stream and earlier in this stream, and then early. Well, did I talk about this one? I think I was on tilt on this one, so I didn't say anything about this one. But it was the same concept. Waited for the break, the pullback. But when I bought the pullback, it did sweep liquidity underneath this range, and then it just went higher. I knew it wasn't so. Um, One thing that I look at is the strength of the move. Usually, when the market is this strong in one direction, it is highly unlikely that we see a reversal. It is highly unlikely, especially when we got so much strength going in one direction. So, kind of like this situation right here, this is actually the same thing. We got this strong ass move, we got a pullback, and then we got price to continue higher. Kind of just like it was. This is kind of like a micro move of this move right here. Strong move, small dip, they buy it, they take it higher. Damn, I should have just took the profits, huh? I should have took the profits. I should have took the profits. I should have took the profits. Should have took the profits. Yeah, I mean, come on, Gold. I mean, can you just finish me off? Is that is can your boy get a happy ending tonight? Like, what the fuck is up with that? Like, come on. Shit. I'm literally shorting at these tops. I'm literally shorting at the tops. Literally. And you can't finish me off. Like, God damn. I'm not asking for much. I am not asking for much. That first target is only 6 points. That should be nothing. First target is literally only just 6 points. My other strategy, when I was trading just 2 mini contracts, my first target came off at 8 points. Literally at 8. And then my second target will come off at like 9 or 10. And both of those got hit expeditiously. But it just seems like gold is just struggling to hit my damn targets. My first one, the one that I want. It's like she doesn't want to give me what I want. Give me what I want, damn it. I don't want to take profits. I want you to hit my damn TP. Damn. That's not too much to ask for. It's only 6 damn points. Anyway, God damn. But yeah, so yeah. Well, I guess we could talk about this again, and then I'll probably talk about this again during the tomorrow's morning stream. But I guess the last thing that I'm going to talk about before we end tonight, after all the back testing that I've done and that I continue to do, I showed this earlier, but I'm gonna show it again. If I was patient, if I was just patient and wait actually for my levels that I take the time to look out for, so far this year, all the levels that I share in my NA meeting, we made 200K since January till today. All the levels so far, 200K. And that's with leaving money and points on the table. And this is just waiting for price to come at these levels and trade. Yesterday, one of my levels didn't hit until the end of the day. At the end of the day is when the market finally reached the level. So if I waited until the end of the day, this was a nice, so from 290, or where was it at? Where was that? That's not it. All right, so yeah, it was this trade right here. So from 295, price moved all the way up to about 149, 150. So that was like 55-point move. That's not even bad. It came back down, and then it came all the way back up, and it reached all the way to 200. And this was a level that I was looking at yesterday. We actually talked about this level. Another level was 210. So 210. So 210. So I would have still been in this one. Actually, no, I think I would have got stopped out actually. 210. Yeah, so I would have gotten stopped out if I just blindly got into it at 210. But if I got stopped out and re-entered back at 210 at the level I was looking at, from this area, we got to move all the way to 320, 100-point move almost. And another level that I was looking for was like 600. So none of my long targets hit, but my short targets hit though. And it just goes to show that, I mean, what these levels kind of show me is that if I just wait patiently for the Nasdaq, she's not gonna do it, is she? She's not gonna do it, huh? She's she's not gonna do it, huh? Damn it. She's not gonna do it, huh? Damn it. Ugh. Blasphemy. Blasphemy. God damn. Okay. Watch. Okay. So now that I take profits, watch her hit it. God, you don't gotta be like that, man. You don't gotta be like that. Committed the ultimate sin of taking profits before price hits your TP. Look at that. Look at now it's gonna hit it. Ugh. Mm. Anyway, and I'm really starting to notice that Nasdaq, out of all the instruments that I trade, CL, gold, ES, if I trade the Nasdaq similar to how I trade gold and ES and wait for the move and don't chase the impulsive leg, but wait for the controlled pullback and get in on that pullback to get this move right here, the amount of money that could be made is so high. Is so much. I mean, just catching this pullback at 250, 260 and riding it all the way into this area of consolidation at 400. That was a 200 point move on one contract. That's 4K on one contract, just riding this thing up. And I'm starting to see that maybe I should start trading. See, that's why you don't ever take profits. That is why. It's blasphemous. You take profits, price hits your TP. Blasphemous. You see that shit? You see that shit? That's why you don't ever take profits. You take your TP. All right, give me a second, Santi. My bad. Give me a second, Santiago. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. I gotta lock that in. All right. I'm gonna lock some more of this in. This is Apex. All right, so I got 3 contracts running. I'll probably lock in like above these highs. It's not gonna break the bank or nothing, but it's whatever. All right, so yeah, we made $2,500 tonight. We made more than 2,500 if I took profits, but you know that's blasphemous as fuck. Let's look at this what Santiago is talking about, and then we'll end the stream here. All right, game weight. Okay. All right. All right. Our boy Alfred getting his first payout from trade day. Congratulations to Alfred. He's been killing it on the Nasdaq. Paid out. And this is our boy Cave Trader. He formerly known as, well shit, I already forgot your old name. I'm playing. Trader Goated. Showing off what his bot was doing. Or is this you or is this your bot? Cave Trader. But Santiago. Oh, it's a bot? Okay. Did you put it in wins? Where'd you put it at, Santiago? You put it in charts, not hearts? Okay, so is it in general chat? General? Okay, all right. Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. Okay. And that's why you didn't take it? Mm. I rejected at your 50. Mm. So I know when we listened to that video yesterday, you said that you don't use it to how the guy on the video use it. So do you get in at the 50 or do you wait for confirmation there? So you went short here right here. And I'm going to make the assumption, I mean obviously since it's in the middle of the that's the 50 line right here is your green line. Oh no, you missed it. Mm. Mm. Well, I mean, maybe that was a good thing. You said that happened at 10:30? That happened at 10:30, right? 10:30 Central Time. You said 11:30 Eastern, so that's 10:30 for me. 10:30 for me. So honestly, that's probably was for the best because if you took that trade, you would have got stopped out. Unless you have I don't know. Actually, I don't know how many points you go for, unless you go from box to box or from level to level. I'm not sure well, I'm just only making the assumption how I would trade that, and I would have got stopped out because I probably would have targeted the lows or something like that. I don't know if you go from level to level. Oh, your stops right above that line. Okay. Mm. Oh no, you say you went short, right? Or oh, that's probably it right there. Is that it right there? Is that high? Okay, so yeah, if it was that high, then yeah. Oh crap, yeah. Oh shit. Let me take back everything I said. Yeah, Santiago. Yeah. Damn. Damn. Yeah. And how often and especially on the short side, but actually, I don't think you care which side of the market. As long as it hits your 50, you're going to trade it. But how often does we get a beautiful short like this on the Nasdaq? You just don't see it until the bulls completely take profits. Yeah. And that's how I kind of want to trade, but I've been shorting the market for so long. It's a habit at this point. I just come to accept that even when I say that I'm not going to take another short, I'm going to take a short when I see the setup. As I said earlier, I have an eye for shorts. I'm more attuned to shorts than going long. As y'all guys can see, I mean, we was catching the tops. It's just that if I took my profits, then yeah. But I mean, honestly, to me, it's just the shorts. It's just easy to spot for me. When it comes to longs, it's always hit or miss. The way that I see it when it comes to shorts is that more people are going to want to sell themselves out of position due to fear or whatever the reason why they sell out of their position. So I just feel like psychologically and mentally shorting the market is just easier because it's just easier for people to FOMO out of a position and sell it. But buying requires a lot of courage. It requires a lot of uh, confidence in the move. It just requires a lot for someone to push that buy button and to stay in it. So before the market changed, it was just always easier to catch the shorts, and the shorts would just be beautiful moves down because of fear. But after Powell cut rates and rates were like -0% or negative interest rates almost, that's when the market changed. The market has not been the same ever since COVID. It just hasn't. The market trades completely different. The Nasdaq I mean, that before a 200 to 300 point move on the Nasdaq was a really good day. It didn't trade that much, not as often as it does now. Now the market moves about 500 points in one session. It takes out highs and lows and it does all kind of shit in one session. So you're literally like every day is like a reset day because it finished the move. It tests, it goes up into resistance and supply. It sweeps the liquidity at supply, and then on the same day, it goes back down and sweeps the liquidity under demand. It does that all in one day. So every day is literally like a new day trading the Nasdaq. And like I said, it didn't start doing that until Powell and those negative interest rates. So the taper tantrum is, I guess, what they call it. But all right, guys, that's it for me. Actually, Santiago, you said, but this is fractal, so you can see. Okay. All right. But all right, guys, appreciate everybody that joined tonight. Hopefully you was able to make some money with me. And we'll definitely come back tomorrow and we'll definitely look for more ways to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody. Have a good night.